Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WGU's Fall 2020 Virtual Commencement. Graduates, families, friends, and loved ones, you've played an important role in helping your graduate reach this incredible milestone. We thank you for this support, and we're thrilled to have you join our celebration today. I now have the honor of introducing Kimberly Mcguire from Ellenwood, Georgia, who will sing our national anthem. Kimberly earned her Master of Science degree in Information Technology Management. She is the first person in her family to earn both a bachelor's and master's degree. Congratulations, Kimberly, and thank you for joining us today. And now, if you are able, please rise for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Kimberly. That was wonderful. It's my honor to convene WGU's Fall Virtual Commencement, and I want to welcome each of our graduates and the friends and family who are by your sides and those who have supported you through this journey. Many of you are watching from WGU Facebook or the WGU YouTube platform. Please take a moment now to let us know where you are online in the chat. Whoa, Hawaii, Tennessee, Delaware, all over the country. So exciting. WGU graduates, today marks a significant milestone in your lives. It represents a dream achieved, but also countless challenges faced and obstacles overcome. Since our founding, WGU has always served night owls, those who work through the nights earning their degrees while they keep their commitments to families and jobs. But for you, graduating during a global pandemic, a time that has caused each of us to adapt and grow, this milestone represents an unprecedented level of dedication, persistence, creativity, and resilience. We celebrate you because of what you have achieved as an individual. And we also celebrate what it means for all of us. At this moment in history, society needs nothing less than individuals who are willing to overcome all obstacles, who have the flexibility to adapt to the unforeseeable, and those who have the endurance to persist no matter what. Achieving this milestone will move your lives forward. It will move your families forward, but it will also move your communities, the organizations in which you serve and work, and our nation forward in ways both measurable and immeasurable. Today's commencement celebrates you, our graduates, for setting and accomplishing a significant goal and moving to a new stage of your life. You join only 33% of adults in the US who hold bachelor's degrees, and only 8% of adults in the US who hold master's degrees. Many of you are graduating with a family member. We offer a special congratulations to those of you who are sharing this moment with a loved one. We love seeing your celebrations of this accomplishment. WGU is honored to be recognized year after year as a military-friendly university. We are so proud to recognize members of the military who are graduating. We thank you for your service to our country. Also joining us virtually are many of our WGU faculty and staff. If you've been a beneficiary of the time and dedication and love they put into their work, please put your hands together and give them a round of applause. Since our first graduate in 2000, WGU has now awarded more than 200,000 degrees, including nearly 40,000 in 2020 alone. Let me share a few facts about today's graduating class. 41% of you are the first in your families to earn a college degree. We extend a special congratulations to you. Your average age is 40 years old. The youngest is 17, and the oldest is 68. 71% of you are women. The average time to graduation for those of you earning a bachelor's degree was 2 years and 11 months, and the average time for those of you earning a master's degree was 1 year and 8 months. You worked hard to reach an educational milestone that will change the course of your own history and influence future generations. You have aspired to greater things. Thank you for letting all of us at WGU play a part in the fulfillment of your dream. And now, we have the privilege of hearing from two of your fellow graduates. Catherine Fadenrecht, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education from Sacramento, California, and Mario Mejia, Master of Business Administration from Ashburn, Virginia. First, we'll hear from Catherine.
2020 WGU grads, we did it. Say it with me, we did it. We did it through countless late nights and early mornings. We did it through canceled, postponed, or missed life events. We did it by making ourselves a priority. And we did it through a global pandemic. If you would have asked me 5 years ago if I thought I would be giving a commencement speech in 2020, I would have laughed. Growing up, teachers would always ask, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I would tell them I wanted to be a mom, a wife, and a teacher. Be careful the order you say what you want in the future. I became a teen mom, and as wonderful as it was to have my boy, the hope of ever becoming a teacher was pushed aside to raise my son. I later became a wife and a mother 2 more times. Doing what was needed for the family at the moment was most important, and becoming a teacher seemed further away. I have Facebook memories that come up and say, if only I had the time and money to go back to school. My desire to teach has never gone away, but the lack of time and money made it seem like it would never happen. I continued to persevere, take jobs to support my family, but never felt like I was following my passion. A friend introduced me to WGU, and all of a sudden, it seemed like my dream could be a reality. I could do it when I could do it and keep my family a priority. Every one of us realized that if we took the chance to enroll at WGU, our futures would change. And boy, did they. The last few years have not always been easy. And as of late, thank you, COVID, I would describe some days as a struggle. I mean, receiving the dreaded email from my mentor saying, "You missed our conversation," or, "Catherine, you haven't worked on one of your courses for X number of weeks." I know she was doing her job, and I take full responsibility for not doing what I was supposed to do. Sometimes it seemed like I wouldn't ever finish a course, let alone the degree. But guess what? We did it. I began to look forward to the "way to go" and "congrats, you passed another class" email. Each step we took towards our degree, we became leaders and examples to those around us. Our friends, coworkers, coffee shop employees, we all know we use that Wi-Fi, and our families watched as we wanted something, worked for it, and succeeded. The vision of our futures were becoming a reality. For me, that was walking into my own classroom and being the teacher. I had envisioned that since grade school, and now it's coming true. We showed up, even in the midst of chaos, and we did it. We did it, but we didn't do it alone. We had help from those who supported us along the way. Our mentors holding us accountable and being the amazing source of encouragement. Our course instructors answering all the questions. I know you have been asked the same questions hundreds of times, but you still listened and gave wonderful advice. All of our evaluators spending many hours grading, and then sometimes regrading our performance assessments. Thank you. And thank you to our friends and family that sat quietly in the other room while we took our objective assessments that sometimes took much longer than they needed to. And when we walked out would scream for joy when we got that green circle, or hug us while we cried on their shoulder, knowing the work it would take to retake that assessment. Every step of the journey, we have learned and grown. We have accomplished what we set out to do. And for those of you thinking about starting, time is going to pass by regardless of if you start your goal or not. So why not start what you have always wanted to do and be where I am before you know it? And if you have started, but you feel overwhelmed and like graduating just won't happen, I understand. I was there. Keep going. Don't give up. You've got this. So fellow graduates, nothing that we face could stop us, not even COVID. We did it. But the real question now, what's next?
Faculty, fellow graduates, and loved ones, it's a pleasure to stand before you today. We have looked forward to this day to hear our names announced as graduates. It's an extra pleasure that I have the opportunity to share my story in hopes to encourage you to dig deeper, push harder, and learn how to dance in the storm. For me, I've learned that through storms, I've needed to look at my opposition and speak to it. This concept may sound a little crazy to some, but to those who haven't always had consistent people in their corner or a support system, that job has to go to you. You see, I believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and I've learned to speak life over myself. But it took me years, storm after storm, trial after trial. I tell myself to stay focused and to not quit. I learned that some of the most powerful tools in my arsenal aren't just money, skills, and influence, but more so prayer, timing, and understanding the season I'm operating in. I've also learned that life is a series of equipping for preparedness rather than readiness. My first encounter with storms began as a child in the small project town right outside of Pittsburgh. I lived in a county that was one of the poorest in the nation, and crime came along with it. Many, if not all, disputes were handled with violence. My first identification with how to handle disputes was displayed through domestic abuse, interactions with the police, unfriendly fire, and fear. Leaving the projects was an annexation cleverly orchestrated by my uncle that became one of my greatest victories as an adolescent. My project upbringing these days is more of the butt of many jokes in my household. My wife says I always have a project story for everything. Basically, she names it, and I didn't have it in the projects. She had a Walmart, and I had a Shop and Save. She had a 7-Eleven, I had a Conesto. She had the Wegmans wall of candy. I had Flo's Penny Candy Shop. And right next to the Sour Patch Kids was Flo's gun because Flo was a gangster. After a while, she caught on to my stories and could predict them coming. One time, she brought up her community swimming pool days as a youth. I abruptly looked at her and said, "We didn't have a pool in the projects." She quickly said, "I bet you didn't have water too." I did the slow turn, I leaned in, looked her right in the eyes, and said, "Only when it rained." We laugh at it now, but I didn't back then. I realize now that those extremes taught me grit, humility, and maturity. All preparation to face greater storms. Storms seem to come when you least expect them. I remember at 17 waking up in a hospital room, unable to blink, smell, speak, or even walk. Learning how I sustained a major head injury and how doctors told my mom that surgery was the best solution that would have made me wheelchair bound. But I have a praying mama who declined surgery and believed that by his stripes, I was healed. But the road to recovery wasn't easy. Relearning all motor skills as if I were a baby, just in a grown man's body. Yet, here I am today, with only 7 scars on my head where they stapled my skull shut as a reminder to how deadly storms can be. But storms aren't always gloom and doom. Mine have ranged from starting a business, becoming one of the youngest multicultural executives in my field, creating generational wealth, becoming debt-free, meeting my father at 25 years old, marrying, having children, and overcoming possible divorce, all with the love of my life, becoming the first in my extended family to attain a graduate degree, and beginning a family legacy of our own, committed to higher education, as my wife is also a student in the nursing program at WGU. She's chasing her own storms with aspirations to become a family nurse practitioner. So let me leave you with these closing thoughts. Your journey to this point may have been an arduous task of Herculean effort. However, you decided to enter the storm, and you stand here a better dancer as you've learned how to dance in the midst of it. Through this journey, you may have found faith, resilience, strength to make it through. All are needed tools to make it through your next storm. I believe that gone are the days that the storms are finding you unprepared. Better yet, you chase the storm. Just like today, your next dance is found in your next storm. As Vivian Green said, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Thank you, and God bless you, more than you can ever imagine, ask, or think.
Thank you, Catherine and Mario, for sharing your truly amazing stories, and congratulations on your accomplishments. It's my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker, Stacy Bess. Stacy is an inspirational educator and author who speaks on the importance of service, mentorship, and leadership, and overcoming adversity. Stacy, like many of us, has dealt with personal struggles, including battling cancer. But also, like many of us, she has persevered and has been responsible for many remarkable, inspiring achievements in her own life, as well as the lives of others. Her story is fascinating and inspirational. Stacy taught homeless children in the School with No Name. She taught kindergarten through 6th grade for 11 years at the school, an experience that caused a profound change in her as well as her students. During that time, she discovered that by teaching and modeling love, self-worth, personal power, and courage, she could reach children with no homes and little hope. Children who had previously been labeled unteachable. These children grew into living proof that Stacy's methods work. To inspire and motivate others with a passion for service, Stacy penned the memoir, Nobody Don't Love Nobody, which was adapted into the Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, Beyond the Blackboard. Stacy was later honored with the esteemed National Jefferson Award for Greatest Public Service, along with First Lady Barbara Bush, Supreme Court Justice Harry Blackmun, and Ambassador Walter Annenberg. She continues to inspire today as she shares her teaching methods and her motivation. Please join me in welcoming Stacy Bess.
A great, big, warm welcome to all of you. I have to tell you, when I woke up this morning, I woke up with a great big smile. My husband leaned over and he said, "You love this work, don't you?" Ladies and gentlemen, I love this work because I get to rub shoulders with people who are practicing success. And I get to work with universities who understand what success is. I want to welcome the staff and the administration. I want to welcome the community. And I want to give a huge shout out to the graduates of 2020. Those of you who are in the audience that are graduating today, I'd like you to take just a tiny second and close your eyes. And I want you to say to yourself quietly, "I did it." Before this moment passes and it becomes a memory, I would like you to try that again tonight when no one is around. I want you to remember the successes that you have found. And I want you to quietly thank your university for having the philosophies that allowed you to be successful. You know, Mark Twain once said that he never allowed his schooling to get in the way of his education. I believe that Western Governors University does that for you. Ladies and gentlemen, their philosophy is strong. It is the same that I teach my own university students who are preparing to teach teachers. I say to them in the very first classroom management class, ladies and gentlemen, meet your students where they are. Give them your personal self and be flexible every chance you get. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a whole lot smarter than I am. You chose a university who cares. The most important thing that I read about you that really made my heart happy is that at the beginning of your journey, you receive your very own mentor. Why is that important to me? Because I've spent my entire adulthood teaching superintendents, principals, teachers, and business leaders the power of investing in your community. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to base my remarks today on the power that you have to mentor in your own communities. When I was really young, I was floundering in college, trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I have to tell you, I have this really powerful mother who has an opinion about everything. So one day she pulled me aside when my very sweet husband wasn't looking, and she said, "Two things, darling, I would like to tell you. Stacy, you will always be happy if you choose a degree that will allow you to lift a child, inspire a family, and help a community." And then she said something that's caused me to laugh for 40 years. "Darling, what I'd like to see you do, because you married very young, is get a degree in a profession that you can use in case you ever want to leave your husband, Greg." It's okay for you to laugh. I have laughed for 40 years. And when Greg is not happy with that, it makes me laugh even harder. The truth is, Mother wanted her daughter to learn the value of her own success and her own happiness. Today, your degree has given you that incredible success. And your challenge will be to deepen your happiness through reaching out to other people. Well, I got the degree in elementary ed mostly to humor my mother. I went to the Salt Lake City School District the day that I graduated, and I handed my paperwork to Elsie. Elsie explained to me just what Mother said. She said, "Honey, we're not hiring right now, but in the spring we'll take a good look at you. I can see that you're very young. Did you just finish?" I said, "Yes, I did." But inside my heart, I was thinking, "Oh, I'm so glad you didn't offer me a job today, because I kind of want to go home and be a mom for a while. Just as I was going to escape from the great big glass doors, I heard a loud male voice yell my name. Miss Stacy, turn around. I turned around to look at Dr. Manning, who was standing underneath his doorway, and Dr. Manning said, I have a minute, let's talk. We talked for a few moments, and then we shook hands. He promised me in the spring he would take a good look at me, and I attempted to escape out of his office. But as I placed my hand on the knob of the door, this gentleman changed my life forever. He said, sit down. I am about to offer you a job. It isn't available, but I know it will be after Christmas break. Miss Stacy, I would like for you to operate a school that is underneath the 6th South Bridge. It is a school for the homeless, and it is the only of its kind in the entire country. I went home that night and I cried and cried and cried. And at 2:43 a.m., I sat up in my bed and I said out loud, oh, please, please don't make me take this job. After about 3 nights of sleeplessness, I got out of bed and I walked into my living room where it was really dark. And I sat on the couch and I leaned my knees against the coffee table and I held my head in my hands. And I said out loud, why me? And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to never forget what thought came into my heart. Why not you? You have had a lifetime of trials and triumphs. Use them. You will be great. I taught school at the school with no name in the 6th South Bridge under the 6th South Bridge Viaduct for 11 years. One day, I had 2 beautiful little students walk to the bottom of the stairs to my classroom. Knowing full well they would not make eye contact with me and they surely wouldn't reach out to take my hand, I motioned for my hand up to say, come on, boys, I'm your new teacher. 9-year-old Alex and 13-year-old Anthony looked at me briefly and then appeared to not be interested in a word I said, until I felt little Alex's hand in mine. Alex pulled his body right in front of me, looked me right in the eyes, and he said, wow, you are the cutest teacher I've ever had. Brother Anthony was humiliated, so we got right to the door as quickly as we could so Anthony wouldn't hit Alex. And Alex gave me one more bit of advice. Miss Stacy, I like you. But Miss Stacy, I should tell you the truth about something. I have been kicked out of every school I've ever been in. And I will tell you it's because I have a problem with rules. You know, rules about how not to be a kid. He said, everybody tells me to be quiet. And then he said, Miss Stacy, do you like to talk? I do like to talk, Alex, I said. Of course I do, I'm a teacher. And then I gained the most important wisdom I've ever gained from a child. Miss Stacy, if you grown-ups would listen more, you would learn more. Oh, how right he was. As I watched him interact with his peers, my heart was happy that he was calm. Until one day I noticed he was over at the food cupboard, placing food up his sleeves and around his waist. He asked me if he could go get a Tylenol from his bedroom as quickly as possible. He did that 4 or 5 days in a row, and at the end of the 5th day, I thought, what are you doing, child? Until his father approached me and said, Miss Stacy, help me. Alex is compiling food in a wall around his bed. And I think it's because his older brother is punching him in the morning to get him up in the morning. That morning, I pulled Alex to my side and said, Alex, I am here. I will help you. Every morning, if you will stand next to me, I'll run my fingers up and down your back until you slow down. And yes, I will chat with your brother. I then promised him that at the end of 2 weeks, I would give him the grand prize if he could hold it together. At the end of 2 weeks, he pounded on my desk and he said, Teacher, I did it. I am so ready for the grand prize. Miss Stacy, if anybody can pull this off, you can. Miss Stacy, do you know who Karl Malone is? I said, oh yes, honey, I do, but I don't know him. I know he's a very famous basketball player for the Utah Jazz. Good. I want to meet him, he said. Well, I went home that night and I called my friend Judy and she said, you're a fool, you'll never get him there. But she said, I'll have a friend write a letter. Within 3 days, Mr. Malone and I were looking at each other from the far side of the lobby, away from each other. Alex was holding hands with me, and Alex looked over at me and he said, "Teacher, stop shaking right now and walk over to him. He is a regular man." I walked over to Mr. Malone and I put my hand up, which was equal to his belly button and my nose. And so in my heart I thought, "You're not a regular man." And I began, "Mr. Malone, you have no idea the impact you are going to make today." The truth was, I had no idea. You see, Mr. Malone and I had been in different events together keynoting, and I knew that he gave an important speech about how important school is. I asked him to spend 7 minutes on that speech. When he looked down, put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "Miss Stacy, I have followed your career for a long time. Please do not hold me to a stay in school speech. I did not come here today to hide behind my uniform. I came here today to be Uncle Carl, not the all-star basketball player." I followed Mr. Malone to the top of the stairs and I leaned against the bookcases and I watched all 6'9" of Carl Malone plop himself down on the floor and lean against the bookcase. All 25 students climbed all over his body. They measured his toes, they measured his feet, they laughed and they cried as he left. He did stop for a moment to say to me, "Miss Stacy, do you always cry like this?" Ladies and gentlemen, I only cry like this when I'm learning life's most important lessons. Do not hide behind your credentials. You and I have found success in the degrees that we have received, but we are not remembered by those degrees. They allow us to get our foot in that door. We are remembered by the use of our hands lifting up the children in your communities and the families. And we are remembered by using our hearts. Graduates, today, I challenge you to step into your communities with success and deeper happiness in investing in a family in your community. Congratulations, you are remarkable. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacy, for that inspirational message. And now we will hear from Dr. Angie Bessendorfer, Regional Vice President and WGU Chancellor of Missouri, who will confer degrees.
We will now recognize each of our master's degree graduates. Although you are not physically here with us, would the candidates for master's degrees and educator endorsements please rise wherever you are. Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, and Educator endorsement, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations and welcome to the community of innovative, bold, and credible professionals. Stand by for your moment in the spotlight.
Hello, I'm Sean Atkins, Senior Vice President and Executive Dean of the College of Business. On behalf of all of us here at Western Governors University, including your program mentors, course instructors, and faculty, we would like to congratulate you on earning your degree. We are proud of your accomplishment and wish you all the best.
Carmela Davis, Kim Eldridge, Army Hunter, Kristen Jordan, Samantha Kettler, Maritza Kitchen, Constance Alves, Mecca Andrews Hill, Amy Armstrong, Jennifer Baker, Jenica Megan Baldonado Salazar, Charisse Banks, Jackson Baird, Dana Berger, Ashley Carlson, Rosemary Chiboter, Ronald Copeland, Shalise Corden, Ron Kripe, Michael Cunningham, Carol Dyer, Dawn Eggers, LaDawn Inke, Judy Ann Frederick, Alejandra Garcia, Samantha Gordon, Joseph Gross-Jacques, Caleb Hammond, Tara Harris, Nizea Michiko James, Keith Johnson III, Lynette Jones, Donna Kempf Barnes, Cassandra King, Deborah Kovacs, Melissa Lance, Eric Lentz, Gisela McFadden, Jessica Mickelson, Lori Miller, Holly Mortensen, Anne-Marie Osime, Catherine Pagany, Jolita Perez, Yolanda Roberts, Philip Rogers, Megan Rose, Davy Sanchez, Jeffrey Shaver, Raven Stuzinak, Songe Truelove, Sarah Underwood, Stephanie Vasilyevs, Patricia Walker, Gretchen Weinstock, Stephen Wozniak, Jennifer Abernathy, Trinity Allred, Mackenzie Allen Curry Allward, Cindy Varghese Amrani, Rayappa Bankapur, Callie Blickenstaff, Nicole Bonilla, Michael Allen Brady, Harold Brooks Jr., Cheryl Carlock Ehrenwine, Christina Cato, Jessica Coberly, Therese Cooks, Angela Cotto, Riley Davidson, George De La Torre Jr., Tyree Dean, Amy Dixon, Monique Ellis, Donald Fitzgerald, Jalith Formway Nelson, Isabella Dominique Fronke, Taylor Franks, Mara Fredrickson, Amanda Gearhart, Jaquetta Gilman, Jonathan Gregg, Autumn R. Harrell, Victor Hodson, Nicole Johnson, Donald Lanningham, Caitlin Lee Joy, Dana Lynn, Shayna Massett, Mario Mejia, Wesley Mitchell, Bartley Morrill, Ethel Tamson, Corey Deshawn Owens Jr., Renee Parker, Jaquella Pig, Jessica Holgaran, Brandy Renville, Jose Reyes, Isaias Rivera, Kevin Ronigan, Nicole Schachter, Rachel Smith, Nicole Solers, Dennis Spencer, Glenwood Stansel Jr., Maida Thompson, Nicole Wilkins, Chrysanthony Williams, Jill Wingler, Man Ho Woo, Kathleen Wood, Sherilyn Young, Laura Oltman, Manoj Acharya, Sifredo Alvarenga, Linnet Ewalana, Susan Bachman, Anna Belot, Willa Marie Buo, Pamela Carlin, Cassie Clayton, Geraldina Collins, Lulubel Domingo, Cami Flores, Jessica Gomez, Patrice Gordon Poyser, Kristen Hanak, Kumora Holiday, Alicia Ingram, Anthony Kirkby, Roselle Lashley, Peter Maingi, Ronald Maxwell, Huynh Huynh, Tina Oden, Deborah Olubanwo, Marvin Jonathan Thadeo Page, Barbara Hemp, Kristen Ramirez, Nelida Ramos, Anisha Ramos, Shannon Reed, Carlos Perez Rivera, Sandy Saman, Michael Sayer, Shannon Sleester, Alethea Speller, Angela Tan, Stephanie Valerio, Henry Wilson Jr., Summit Bhattacharya, April Carroll, Christopher Chaduka, Evangeline Ferrer, Jeffrey Gaul, Lori Gorley, Dudley Green, Alana Johnson, Jacqueline McClendon, Ashley Rawcliffe, Jeb Samuel, Kalpesh Shah, Kawak Tron, Raghu Kishore Valagone,
Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Business.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jan Jones-Shank, Senior Vice President and Executive Dean of the College of Health Professions. On behalf of all of us here at WGU, including your program mentors, course instructors, evaluators, and faculty, we'd like to congratulate you on earning your degree. We're proud of the accomplishment of each and every one of you, and we wish you the best.
Sheila Askaland, Danielle Beisch, Carolyn Caldwell, Heidi Callumkim, Laura Claffey. Juliana Clark. Jill Dace. Shannon Daigle. Melissa Eller. Catherine Fonseca. Mary Jo Hoppy. Caitlin Husing. Lauren Joseph. Track Kitterman. Heather Lavalis. Christine McElroy. Amanda Odom. Oma Lobake Opa Kunle. Melissa Pipes Collins. Rebecca Quigley. Shelby Santangelo. Christine Talaktak. Julie Thomas. Andres Valencia Agudelo. Becky Vine. Christina Sherlock. Tyra Abraham. Milka Agaba. Skylar Alford. Rachel Augustine. Cindy Bay. Felicia Brown. Velonique Cameron. Roslyn Coleman. Christina Dadivas. Keisha Renee Davis. Amanda Doherty. Linda Driscoll. Emily Eccles. Bradley Elverton. Shannon Gamoras. Raquel Gamuda. Cheryl Gatuz Jacolby. Maria Lemus Gonzalez. Despiny Harris Gundy. Corinne Henderson. Brandy Hill. Demetria Jackson. Lacey Kirkes. Jean Laguna. Courtney Lamb. Kimberly Mock Luffy. Losa Manuo Kafoa. Rochelle Mariano. Melanie McCrary. Carrie McDonald. Megan Meager. Stephanie Minardis. Heather Marie Moore Diaz. Therese Nation. Randy O'Dwyer. Faith Paradiza. Kayla Pereira. Laura Renk Reeder. Karina Sanchez, Katie Showalter, Elizabeth Smith, Natanya Smith, Nicole Tomondong, Alethea Thacker, Shauna Trinity, Kay Tudorake, Sean Velez, Sandra Weber, Denise Zeke, Dora Morales, Terry Alexander Epps, Jennifer Bahatan, McKean Butler, Lily Kabatan, Jill Carr, Enifiak Ebete, Christina Gonzalez, Elizabeth Haddon, Eric Pazewagen, Jonathan Finney, Lisa Scher, Patrick Talaktak, Shelley Bocock, Corey Davis, Jessica McFarland, Brian Angel Cachola Ubaldi, Michelle Viramontes, Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Health Professions.
Hello, I'm John Balderry, Vice President of Academic Operations for the College of Information Technology. On behalf of all of us here at WGU, including your program mentors, course instructors, and evaluation faculty, we would like to congratulate you on earning your degree. We are proud of your accomplishment and wish you all the best in your future.
Brendan Bowman, Eric Gainey Jr., Julie Frakes Gatenio, Nathan Howard, Matthew Hong, Megan Kutiyamkonoth, Brianna Lemaire, Tremaine Lamont, Aaron Lopez, Maxwell McIntyre, Christine Medina, Suraj Nathu, Keith Russell, Gideon Sama, Sebhatlab Gezahe, Stephen Oneida, Vinod Rajpal, Safria Sahidio, Zachary Stroll, Adam Blair, Victoria Boyd, Trina Brown, Lane Buckman, Ezekiel Craig, Charles Davis, Tori Dorhorst, Elliot Franklin, Shauna Holly, Kedrick Jones, Tony Lamb, Simone Laveau, Kimberly Mcguire, Charles Pearsall, Galen Pearson, Taylor Rom, Sheena Sanders, Lida Nazari Sharifi, Christina Ware,
Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Information Technology.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark David Milliron, Senior Vice President and Executive Dean of the Teachers College. On behalf of all of us here at WGU, including your program mentors, course instructors, and other faculty and staff, we'd like to congratulate you on earning your degree. We are so proud of your accomplishment and wish you all the best.
Amy Serrata Hernandez, Jerry Williams Jr., Dorothy Lynette Johnson, Sherry Lawson, Brenda Stafford, Tamara Cheney, Denise Edwards John, Lenny Ulloa Silva, Valerie Schwitters, Nicole Christoffel, Andrea Gutierrez Bear, Amy Diane Castle Bradley, Mindy Shervaney, Bailey Cully, Amber Cost, Miranda Beaudry, Kristen Gordon, Chelsea Hodis, Cynthia Morgan Ortiz, Lowell Sagers, Mary Eel P. Salinas, Kirsten Sauer, Shannon Scotis, Joyce Somerville, Mia Taylor, Alexandria Trendell, Natalie Watts, Robert Watts, Diana Wheeler, Xiomara Castaneda, Molly Curo, Kayla Catino, Carrie Urjavik, Monica Flores, Tammy Hemian, Becky Kugler, Summer Lane, Jonathan Nieves, Irena Arguello Skousen, Heather Van Etten, Jamie Vivalo, Caitlin Walker, Melissa Adams, Jessica Akins, Janice Black, Tasha Boehm, Taylor Bauer, Mary Escalante, Suhaili Gonzalez, Shelby Guillory, Jamie Gustafson, Ariel Canoyer, Billy Leinonen, Christina Lewis, Mary Victoria Long, Kelsey Lynch, Jennifer Mounts, Angelina Perks, Macy Polk, Alejandra Linares Sierra, Devin Snyder, Cherie Thomas, Emily Trocino, Diana Villanueva, Karina Tavares, April Barnes, Jahira Caraballo, Christina Freeman, Raina Angelique Johnson, Karen Ann Alla Manuel, April Norman, Darren Young, Ashley Bedwell, Elizabeth Fuiava, Kirsten Gallagher, Kimberly Kiersey, Lisa Suzanne Lushner, Maria Salinas,
Congratulations to the graduates from the Teachers College.
We will now recognize each of our bachelor degree graduates. Would the candidates for bachelor's degree and post-baccalaureate teacher preparation endorsements please rise wherever you are. Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustee and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Arts of Science, or the Post-Baccalaureate Teacher Preparation endorsement, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations! This is an important milestone in your lives. Stand by for your moment in the spotlight.
Robert Bryant, Richard Curtis, Ashley Dixon, Omid Fakiri, Sarah Haroldson, Sybil Iglesias, Amanda S. Johnson, Denise King, Nicole Miller, Allison Fowl, Chad Phillips, Tabitha Riggs, Catherine Ross, Laurie Townsley, Heather Wickline, Joshua Wolf, Carrie Allison, Alyssa Anguiano, Kelly Conrad, Ruby Edwards, Rachel Eldridge, Christina Gonzalez, Teresa Hattori, Crystal Heitzman, Amy House, Amanda Johansson, Shaunan Lindsay, Amy Magner, Diana Nitimba, Megan Provost, Brent Reed, Scarlett Smith, Amber Wilson, Brittany Wittek, Brandon Butler, Nanette Kenyon, Sharon L. Carroll, Jennifer Robinson Carthon, Stacy Cogill, Kayla Danzy, Christy Fosnow, Adrian Glazebrook Lopez, Cynthia Goforth Texera, Rebecca Herndon, Teresa Hutt, Wendy Geramo Carter, Amy Labrum, Natalie Larson, Rachel Lopez, Tatanisha McCall, Rosalinda Mercado, Misty Murphy, Madeline Murray, Elizabeth Oliver, Heather Peavyhouse, Monique Marilyn Ramsey, Emily Reed, Tiffany Schillinger, Jamie Webb, Ayurla Adahebi, Michelle Childs, Esther Frick, Javier Guzman, Aditola Hubbard, Michelle Junker, Alexander Martinez, Daniel Nugent, Mark Perez, Brandon Richardson, Tanya Williams, Paul Yelechko, Aaron Kessler, Darby Brennan, Stephanie Brilliant, Natalie Castillo, Therese Victoria Lau, Brandy Molesky, Katrina Shepard, Denise Arrington, Laurie Bacon, Keely Biggs, Andrew Bowers, Desiree Bowers, Dawn Brown, Kamisha Coleman, Melissa Cushman, Todd Darrington, Heather Dunkerley, Andrew Fish, Jennifer Fitzpatrick, Sharon Flake Doss, Dana Thirst, Lorene Giesbrecht, Christiana Gomez, Nicholas Gossett, Timothy Hamilton, Crystal Henderson, Tamara Herndon, Kelly Holt, Candace Hughes, Shampia Hunter, Anna Ignacio, Elizabeth Kelly, Christopher Lewis, Brian May, Amy Markle, Lisa McKinney, Danny Melton, Vitelio Pineda, Miriam Sanchez Raimundo, Juan Salinas, Angela Scobie, Kelsey Shaw, Jennifer Schuster, Shauna Smith, Megan Sprague, Jacoby Stafford, Emmeline Stainer, Richard Stein, Jennifer Teruya, Lindsay Thompson, Sherry Tilley, Nichelle Williams, Karen DeCunha Wimmer, Angela Young, Lindsay Couples, Carlin Ferguson, Mohammed Farouk Mita, Nora Lisa Ajana Montifar, Samuel Slayton, Najawa Tali, Caitlin Thibodeau, Lori Towsley, Chad Wessler, Christopher Wilcox, Shalira Wisney, Thomas Woodbury, Tanika Bedford, Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Business. Sifu Alemu, Akema Campbell, Tabitha Crum, Sidonia Grant, Deborah Ingersoll, Getachew Mengistu, Mary Mulvey, Shaquana Ross, Lacey Sprague, Melinda Weaver, Eleonora West Elmorate, Heather Akers, Catherine Argue, Omar Barba, Adrienne Brock, Amy Brown, Alicia Causey, Crystal Davis, Tracy Davis, Tamitra Denny, Monisha Druckenmiller, Carlene Edwards, Sherry Emmerich, Lindsay Erickson, Barbara Falk, Dolores Flanagan, Lemire Foster, Tony Gaddis, Cynthia Garcia, Lucy Gatonga, Kaikina Goodwin, Tasha Green, Anne Grimes, Amos Guto, Marquita Hamilton, Althea Harding, Dejana Harvey, Aniano Hernandez, Danielle Holman, Denise Lee Johannes, Davinia Johnson, Tanya Jones, Selena Lambert, Lou Lou, Erica Martin, Julie Martin, Marshall Mays, Tiffany McClellan, Bonnie McHargue, Felicia McQueen, Katie Mendonça, Jennifer Monson, Shannon Montgomery, Juliana Moon, Beatrice Mugo, Teresia Mathoga, Rachel Novosad, Gloria Wachuku, Caroline Nyangwara, Edith Obadiki, Erica Pineda, Julie Sanchez, Maxine Silberman, Yesenia Southwood, Crystal Sullivan, Zulika Taylor, and Quinette Thomas, Alyssa Velasco, John Verdin, Christine Villamayor, Amanda Wilmoth, Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Health Professions. Aliyu Abdul Karim, Emmanuel Archibong, Lori Meyer, Jonathan Perfecto, Chris Choi, Henry Macias, Yang Hak Yoon, Justin Dunnigan, Ryan Goff, Craig Jones, Loseni Kamara, Damon LeBlanc, Luis Lopez, Derek Miklas, Ryan Murray, Nicholas Trujillo, John Anguiano, David Archuleta, Raymond Bretthauer, Jennifer Fry, Benjamin Hubbard, Ali Kazim, Daryl Mosher, John Skinger, Hakeem Benkel, James Brown, Keisha Doctor, Wayne McDonald, Jose Ramos, Macy Yang, Philip Baker, Matthew Bates, Jonathan Davis, Damian Yates, Zachariah Deerdorf, Jennifer Fruin, Spencer Jones, Anthony Martin, Jedediah May, Raymond Smith, Matthew Wiley, Justin Zach, Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Information Technology. Sheena Amarante, Isaiah Ariola, Akima Austin, Cami Austin, Shelley Benitez, Madison Bowles, Renee Broughton, Samantha Buford, Sarah Gibbs, Crystal Gomez Contreras, Jamie Hamilton, Candy Kinney, Laurie Lanier, Ricky Maganellas Flowers, Catherine McComas, Dominique Mundy, Esther Peterson, Raven Roman, Sloan Shearer, Courtney Terrazas, Nicole Williams, Michaela Wilson, Rebecca Byerly, Vanessa Carter, Catherine Fadenrecht, Kayla Godfrey, Victory Ice, Jaylee Napstead, Tara Lang Jackson, Matthew Miller, Sharon Nealon, Emerson Stamper, Ashley Sullivan, Heather White, Kelsey Winslow, Sarah Barker, Jeanette Diaz, Edith Galliana, Michelle Kresge, Ashley Mojica, Sherry Olenek, Chadwick Ricks II, December Saldana, Elena Wiseman, Caitlin Schneider, Aaron Barnes, Angela Casto, Erica Hayes, Stephanie Lupton, Lacey Marshall, Gina Marzlek, Erica Mott, Rosalie Starkey, Crystal Voss, Tara Zinzer, Mildred Duran, Randy Carpenter, Congratulations to the graduates from the Teachers College.
Since the founding of WGU, we have been guided by a fundamental belief in the inherent worth of every individual. And we know that given the opportunity, every person can learn and succeed and make a difference. Our most sacred commitment to you is to expand access and opportunity, reducing disparities and optimizing each individual's success regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, or cause. We affirm, in fact, we amplify our commitment to serving and uplifting our fellow humans, and I challenge you as leaders in your communities to do the same. For many of you, earning your diploma is the fulfillment of a lifelong goal. You've worked hard, during a pandemic no less, to achieve this accomplishment. The degree you have earned at WGU will create new pathways to opportunity. And it's important to remember that commencement, it's not the end. It represents a new beginning, a brand new chapter where anything can happen. Graduates, please accept our sincere congratulations. You now join a network of more than 200,000 WGU alumni worldwide. Welcome to this amazing community. We hope you'll stay engaged with us by visiting wgu.edu/alumni. I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on the pride you felt during this ceremony. Although we can't be physically together right now, we hope you will join us at a future in-person commencement. Thank you for letting us be a part of your educational journey. And don't forget to share your celebrations on social media using the hashtag WGUGrad. This now concludes our ceremony. Stay tuned for congratulatory messages from faculty and staff. Thank you so much for joining us.